Before we start, I will actually go over some paperwork. So if you haven't seen a doctor to allow you to exercise, please see a doctor. Or if you don't want to see a doctor, you can fill out my health questionnaire form, the PARQ Plus, which is actually located below this video on YouTube or on my website or pinned at the top of my Facebook page. Fill out the relevant pages. Normally, if you've got nothing really wrong with you, the first page and last page. If you've got something wrong, fill out some of the middle of the pages and then send them to me and we'll discuss it. And good morning everyone. Sorry, I thought I'd start a bit early with the paperwork, getting that out of the way. Right, you might see on screen, it's the 26th. It's not, it's the 28th. I've decided to use Wednesdays. Unfortunately, I didn't have the stream. I'm going to use it today, so it's not the 26th of August 2020, but it's the 61st. Step up, or canned workout. Oh, excuse me, sorry about this. I started sneezing just before I actually came on, and I can't stop. Wonderful hay fever. Good morning, everyone. I'm Richard from Secret Training. Welcome to the 61st, not the 26th, but the 28th of August workout. Right, as people are actually gathering, we'll just need a step today. I'll let you get time for that because we're not used to it actually being on a Friday. Strangely enough, it does feel like a Wednesday now. Mats and water. What I'm going to mention as well is next week we will be using some bands, okay? When more people are arrived, I will actually explain something, but I'll mention it now. There will be no canned workouts on Monday due to the bank holiday. Got things planned, so there's no canned workouts then, but I will mention it again during the session just in case people come in late. Right, so today's talk, spot changing. Can you change a certain spot on your body? Can you reduce fat on specific body parts? The quick and short answer is no, you can't. Unfortunately, fat loss or body size reduction is dependent upon your body and genetic structure. What I have found personally is whatever you don't like on your body will always be the last place where it disappears. Okay, so it will actually disappear from other places. If you are large and you want to get rid of fat percentage, that's that. You can spot tone up. So if you want to tone up your arms, if you've got a lower body fat percentage on that area, you can tone up and make it look nicer, but you can't tone up through fat. Morning. Yes, sorry, it's been a strange week so far. Right, so yes, you can't spot correct unless you are toning up a already fat reduced part of your body. That also depends on your hormones, what's controlling you and where you're storing the fat. Like myself, I tend to store fat basically around that section there. So I tend to be nicely toned on top, and if I gain a little bit of weight, it always goes to my waist and my back. Women, unfortunately, it tends to go to your hips, your stomach and your triceps. So that's that out of the way. Right, I've got something I'm going to try today. I don't know if it will work, but I've got a little I've got a second webcam just there pointing to my screen. I don't know if it's going to work or anything, or if it's distracting. Unfortunately, it does look a bit odd because it's actually a webcam onto a screen, so you will see my strip light. So, right. Yes, again, sorry about Wednesday not being on, having 3 days of almost no sleep. I just couldn't function. And I've always stated that if you can't function properly or safely, you shouldn't be exercising. So I try and lead by example. I know it's a problem, but if we don't lead by example, how can we teach you? Anyway, right, so we're going to start with the step workout. We're going to start with the warm-up, and we're going to start. I'm going to press this button. You might be able to see my finger poking in. And let's go. Let's hope it's actually all synced. I'm going to warm up with an ordinary up, up, down, down step. Go nice and easy, you don't have to go too fast. Sorry, I'm going a bit fast actually. I'm following the music, I'm already into the music. But we will be using the step throughout the exercise session. We've got 10 exercises, 40 seconds working, 20 seconds changing, and it will be, a lot of it will be down on the mat towards the latter end of it. Excellent, good. We're going to swap feet in 5 seconds. I can't make it up now, I can't cheat. And change legs. So if I say 5 seconds and it says 3 on there, I must be counting wrong. I'm looking to see. I think it's about a second or two behind on the screen. So please excuse bad timekeeping. Right. What we're going to do is to do a little bit of stretching. Not dynamically stretching, let's say. So in 10 seconds, we're going to stand with 1 foot on the mat, 1 foot back, and what we're going to do is go down and up, down and up, down, up. So we're just stretching that calf a little bit. 3, 2, 1, and change. Down and up. I do sound like the Green Goddess now. Three, 2, 1. Excellent, back, brilliant. Back to walking on the spot this time. Because we're still walking up, we're warming up. Don't be doing the full warm up on the step. You need to warm up other places as well. So what we're going to do is, whilst walking, we're going to alternately touch the step with the hand. You don't have to march while stepping down, because when you step and march at the same time, it's quite hard. So let's just go down and touch that step. Try and bending just at the hips. As you can see, the exercise there, so the warm-up phase is almost up. Brilliant. Right, we're going to start with march on the spot. Good. Put my step a bit further forward. We're going to start with up, up, down, down in 15 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and up, up, down, down.
Exercise 1.
If you can, try and bring your knee a little bit higher than normal when you step on the step, because that will actually help burn a little bit more calories. Yes, for the people who actually just come in, this is not the 26th exercise session. This is the 28th. Yes, I know the date's wrong. My bad.
3,
2, 1, and marching on the spot.
exercise.
We're going to change legs. So we'll be starting on the other leg. So for people who haven't done the exercise before, this is an active rest. You keep working, but you don't work at your full potential. So you are reducing
3, 2,
your heart rate,
1.
but not stopping it.
Exercise 2.
Let's go, other leg. See, we're back to British summer today on the 28th of August, not the 26th. So wet, warm, clammy, and a bit bleh. Well, we're used to it. We should have gills.
3,
2, 1. I'm marching on the spot again.
Exercise.
Excellent. So what we're going to do this time, we're going to do fly. So we're going to step up and out and change over. We're going to start in 3, 2, 1. Try not to hyperextend your back. Try and keep your foot underneath your hips. I didn't that work that time. "15 seconds. Five.
3, 2, 1. Change
Excellent,
exercise.
right, we're going to march on the spot again. Well, you can flick, no, we'll flick our feet. Flick our feet, there we go. We're going to do knee raises. So alternate step, knee raise, down, swap. Knee raise, swap down. Okay, so in 3, 2, 1, and let's go.
Exercise 4.
That's it, try and get your arms to work with you. That'll increase your cardio routine. Also keeps your arms warm as well, especially for other exercises we'll be doing. Well, actually we're not doing very many arm exercises per se. Five seconds. 3, 2, 1.
Change exercise.
Excellent. We're going to flick kicks on the floor. And we're going to do flick kicks on the step. So we're going to go step up, kick to the side. Swap, kick to the side.
2, 1.
And let's go.
Exercise 5.
So you angle slightly to the one side. If you had a big step, you'd be stepping to the corners of it. So this is just getting a little bit of work on the hips and the glutes with a little bit of the twisting. 20 seconds left. As you can see on the clock there, it says the 10th interval in the middle of 61.
3,
Yep.
2, 1.
Brilliant. Flick kicks. Right, we're going to go up, up, side, side, up, up, back. You'll be stepping up, up, side, side, up, up, back. Not jumping off, but you know what I mean. You'll get it.
3, 2, 1.
And
Exercise
up,
6.
up, side, side, up, up, back. There we go. Keep on the same leg. I get a bit of urgency on this one. If you're on a slidey floor like me, be careful because I think the rubber's falling off the bottom of my steps because they move around like nobody's business now. Well, this step anyway. 12 seconds. 10.
3,
2,
1.
1.
Change
Brilliant.
exercise.
Right, we're going to do high knees, nice and easy. High knees. I'm just patting the opposite knee. Just keep my arms moving and keep the blood flowing.
3, 2.
So we're going to start on the other leg. So I started on that leg. I'm now going to start on the pink leg. And so it's up, up, side, side, up, back. I hope we're doing this one last time. We're doing it now. Which we're more energetic one in a moment. Seconds.
3,
2, 1.
Change
Brilliant.
exercise.
Right. We're just going to slowly march on the spot. The next exercise we're going to do side up, up, down, downs. So it's a bit faster. Good job we got a little bit of a bigger beat. So I'm just standing across and just slowly marching, just keeping the blood flowing.
3, 2,
So we're going to go
1.
up, up, and down, down, sideways. Trying to get the full foot on the board. Don't just rely on your toes, because doing this one, a lot of people want to rely on just using the toes. Oh. Hay feet, again, I can itch all over. I don't. Why is it that hay fever always seems to hit some people more when it's like this and damp?
3,
I don't know.
1.
What?
Change
Right, we're going to
exercise.
just walk along the side of the mat again. So this last time I started with my green side. This time I'm going to start with my red side, pink side. Pink, green, sorry. Pink. Oh,
3, 2, 1.
let's go.
Exercise 9.
Just one left after this. And we'll have a quick break. So tell me what you think about the clock, whether we should keep it or let it go. Yes, it's frozen. Let it go. Let it go. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1.
Change exercise.
Brilliant. March on the spot. Last one, we're just going to do ordinary up, down, down. We're going to do it for half, so 20 seconds each. So I will say change halfway through, change your leg.
3,
2, 1, let's go.
exercise 10.
Try and give it a bit of oomph for the last bit. As long as you don't go flying on your back, you'll be fine. 10 seconds of changing. 5, 3, 2, 1, and change legs. I just tend to bounce my foot down and let it come back up. Try not to slow down in this second section. 10 seconds left. 5, 3, 2, 1.
Water break.
Brilliant, water break. Right, I'm going to leave my mat, my step here, because we'll be using it, but bringing my mats in. I'll have a bit more stability. Actually, I'll move it to the side, because the first one's bodyweight squats. Keep yourself hydrated at all times. Right, for people who weren't here at the beginning, on Monday there will not be a class because of bank holiday. I thought I'd just try and bring a bit of normality back into things. Get the family into normality as well. Also, last day of summer holidays for the girls, so we may as well have fun. And next week we will be using bands like this. Okay, you can get bands which are quite short, you can get bands which are quite long. Try and get them at least 1.5 meters, 1.7 is better if you don't have any. Right, so 15 seconds to the next exercise. I almost went to last Monday's bodyweight squats. So what we'll be doing is we'll be sitting back, hips back and back up again.
3,
Might be a bit tight from
2,
those steps.
1.
So let's try it. So
Exercise
hips
1.
back and forward. The reason why I put my hands up is a little bit of counterweight. Also, it's a good gauge. If my elbows hit my knees, I'm in the right position. As long as my knees aren't too far forward. Excellent, good 15 seconds left. Do I have to say that now because I've actually got it on the screen? Yes, I do, because that's my job. You shouldn't really be looking at the screen, you should be concentrating on what you're doing. 3, 2, 1. Excellent, right, so we're going to have a quick change. So I'm going to bring the step back. What we're doing is we're standing on top of the step and we'll be going back, lunge down as far as you can, back up and then change sides. Okay, the reason why we're going downwards is
3,
it's a lot more,
2,
a lot more
Exercise 2.
difficult for your thighs and your glutes. Let's go. So try and keep those feet nice and flat on the top of the board or the step. Don't try and reverse lunge out of your range. I've got a very long reverse lunge. If you find this at all problematic, you can always stabilise yourself with 2 fingers on something like a chair or a sideboard, or if you find it really hard, just do reverse lunges without the step.
3,
2, 1.
Change
Brilliant, right, can you
exercise.
feel like your thighs? I know I can. Right, the next one, we're going to do a heel step down. So what we're going to do is keep our toe pointing upwards, and we're going to try, I'll show you sideways, get your heel to go backwards slightly. As soon as it hits the floor, you
3,
come back up again.
2,
Down
1.
and up.
Exercise
Okay,
3.
so you're not really resting your foot on the floor. We're going to do 20 seconds on each side. So stick those hips back. You might get a little bit of clicking in your knee, as long as it's not painful. If it's painful, stop it, just walk it out. And let's change. Again, if you're a bit unstable, you can always use your 2 fingers on the sideboard, just to balance yourself. But I'm sure you don't need that.
3, 2, 1. Change exercise.
Excellent, right. Raised glute walkout. Right, what we're going to do is we're going to put the mat board over to one side. Get it down on the mat. What we're going to do is roll our shoulders onto the board into a glute
3,
bridge position.
2,
What we're going to do is we'll
1.
walk out
Exercise 4.
and back in again. Try not to overarch your back. So this is going to work the hamstrings. If you find this difficult, you could do this on the floor without the board, but you've got more chance of your bottom hitting the floor as you get more straighter out. Excellent, good. Keep it up, 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1.
Change
And
exercise.
bottom back down on the floor again. Right, I think, yes, what we're going to do is we're going to put the board, the mat, or the step, down the bottom part. And we're going to lie back, like in the glute bridge, put our feet on the board, try and push
3,
it down.
2,
What we're going to
1.
do is just going to push it up.
Exercise 5.
So this is another hamstring good exercise, back and glutes. So push up. I put these in together so to synergize themselves. So you should be able to feel your hamstrings as you do this, especially just at the midsection. can't even see the clock. Can you see the clock? Can you tell me what time it is? 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1.
Change
Excellent. Right, I'll have
exercise.
to look at my nose again. Right, ab crunchers. Right, okay, so all might work now. You'd be happy to know. Right, so ab crunchers. So we're going to put our feet on the floor, flat on the floor, 90 degrees. People who want to start, just put your hands on your thighs. You're going to roll
Exercise
up
6.
and down. Advanced people, put your hands across your chest or behind your ears. Don't pull your head in. Try not to look down between your feet. Let's go. So I tend to look at the ceiling at all times, so I'm not crushing my spine. That's the top of the spine, just a little bottom of your neck, your cervical spine, okay? Five,
3,
2,
1.
1.
Change
Excellent. I think it's a
exercise.
penguin crunch next. It is, yes. So we're staying in relatively the same position. What we're going to do is going to move our feet a little bit further down and a bit further out, so it's wider than shoulder width. What we're going to do is we're going to raise up our shoulders as though we're actually doing a crunch,
3,
and we're going to tap our heels.
1.
So you're going
Exercise
to go
7.
tap, 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 as though you've got a big pole stuck in your tummy and you're trying to wiggle out. Again, don't try and pull your head in like that. Look up towards the ceiling so you don't strain your neck. People with asthma might find this a little bit difficult, so you might have to just go down, take a few deep breaths, go back again.
Three,
2,
1.
1. So that's
Change
working the side of your
exercise.
body, your obliques. Right, we've got Superman dorsals. Right, so we're going to flip over. So what I call pancake. So you're going to go from your back to your front. We're going to have our arms and legs out. And we're going to alternate whichever one we
3,
ride. So I'm going to do green hand, pink foot.
Exercise 8.
And then pink foot, green hand. And just keep doing that. You can't exactly go too far, otherwise you will actually find that you're putting pressure on your small of your bike. So just try and lift them up. Depends how much shoulder mobility you have, depends on how high you can get them. But it's important to try and keep that diagonal going, because that's how the body works, in diagonals. Especially for movement, that is. It's almost like a very strange way of swimming.
3,
2, 1.
Change exercise.
Right, let me just check what the next exercise is. Back raises, so we're going to stand out front. What we're going to do now is we're going to put our hand behind our ears. We're going to lift up and down. Up and down. So we did have a little twist
3,
with the Superman dorsals, but
1.
this time we're actually going to
Exercise 9.
try and really work the lower back. So up and down. As long as it doesn't hurt, this is great for your back. I tend to keep my legs on the floor. If you want a bit more difficult version, you can lift your legs up, but it does put strain in your back. So people with low back problems, I would not recommend it.
Three, 2, 1. Change
Excellent. As she
exercise.
says, I think we're going to pancake over. Yep, we're going to do bicycle crunches next. So what we're going to do is we're going to do alternate elbow to alternate knee, as though you're trying to do a bicycle on the
3,
floor.
2, 1.
Lift your shoulders up,
10.
look towards the ceiling, and go alternate elbow to alternate knee. The lower your feet are, the harder it is. So people who start like that, it's easier, but then start doing almost like a piston motion towards the ground. As long as you don't touch that ground, you'll find this a lot more effective, but it is a lot harder. 10 seconds.
3,
2, 1, and water break.
break.
So lie back, let your abs stretch out so you can go, oh. Then you'll need to get up for the first exercise again. Try and get up slowly if you have problems with that, especially because it's warm. You might get lightheaded really quickly. So just try and get up slowly. I'd get up quickly then. And even I got a little bit lightheaded. So, one thing to combat lightheadedness, drink water. I would try and start every exercise session with at least a big glass of water. You should do it about 20 minutes beforehand so it allows it to get into your body. Start energising it, making your blood a lot thinner. Right, I'm just going to go close and have a look, see if the clock's still working. Yep, you can. You can see it. This looks like a lightsaber across one of the zeros. Right. The trick about drinking water is not drinking enough, but not drinking too much to make you slosh around. It's a really hard balance to get, but you know your own body. Right, in 5 seconds we're going to do body weight squats.
2,
So remember to stick those hips back. I'm going to go
1.
sideways, so stick your hips back and up. So you can see my shoulders are above my knees are rather above or behind my toes. Why is that? If you're stacking it correctly, all the centre of gravity should be where my hands are going, right between my feet, so nothing's actually getting pressure put on it at all. It's like a spring, coiling a spring. If you coil a spring bent, what happens? It goes ding off into the room. And we don't want that to happen to you. 5 seconds.
3,
2,
1.
1.
Change exercise.
Excellent, good. Right, we're going to have the deficit reverse lunges, or people who don't want to do that, you can do just ordinary reverse lunges on the floor, okay, if you feel a bit unsteady. I'm actually going to turn mine sideways, because I've got a big foot, so you need to rest your entire foot on there. So let's go. So, reverse lunge, and up. Oh, I'm doing the same leg, aren't I? I should be changing her. We'll change legs halfway through if you're doing it this way. I planned this, really, honestly. And change sides. Do you believe me? I wouldn't. I like to do my lunges and so I can really feel a nice stretch of my thighs.
3, 2, 1. Change exercise.
Right, we're going to stay on the board. And then we're going to do the heel step downs or drop downs, what some people call them. The reason why I go backwards is because it encourages you to keep that knee behind those toes. But if you go forward, what happens to your knee? It goes up in front of your toes.
2,
And that's what we're trying not to do.
exercise 3.
Okay, let's go. That's why going downstairs is really bad. Because if this foot goes in front, where's your knee? Your knees are parallel to each other. So then that one should really be taking the weight. But it's hard to teach that to yourself. And let's change. Especially after a lifetime of actually doing it in a certain way. So that's why I always like hips back. May that spring.
3, 2, 1. Change exercise.
Brilliant, excellent. So once you've got a spring like that, you've got a spring in your step. Right. Raise glute walkouts. So remember, if you don't want to use the step for this one, you can do it on the flat. But you've got more chance of your bottom hitting the floor. It's not as
3,
intense for your
2,
hamstrings.
1.
So down,
Exercise 4.
roll our shoulder onto the steps. Bottom up and step out. I do 2 or 3 out, or 4, or 5 or 6, depending on how long your legs are. keep your tummy tight and keep your glutes tight as well. That'll support your back. Three, two, one. Excellent. Right, roll back down again. Let's change this to put this under your feet for the raised feet glute bridge. So we're going to do the hamstrings again, and I love these exercises because they're really good for your back, core, shoulders, legs. The only thing it doesn't really do is much your arms.
3, 2.
I like mine really close because it really
Exercise
does
5.
work your hamstrings the closer you are. You really got to push up. Some people in the gyms call these hip thrusters or bridge dorsiles or glute dorsiles. I don't like the word dorsiles, it makes you sound like you're not doing anything.
3, 2, 1. Change
Excellent,
exercise.
good. Oh, that's why I took offence to the other day. Someone called me a lazy dorsile. But right, ab crunch. They don't get any better, do they? No. Just wait till Christmas, I'll get some new jokes. Right, so remember, beginners, hands on thighs, roll up to your knees, intermediate across your chest, advanced above behind your ears. When you do ab crunches, remember to look at that roof. In my case, it's trying to get to actually think, I should plaster it. "12 seconds.
3, 2.
Can I use my memory and remember what comes next?
Change exercise.
Right, change exercise. I think it's the penguin crunch. Am I right? I am right! Hey! Right, so slightly wider than shoulder width. The harder it is when you actually move your legs a bit wider apart and a bit further away. So you've got more to twist.
1.
I like them quite low.
Exercise 7.
So I've really got to twist to get out there. Really working those side muscles. Some people call these heel taps, but I think it reminds me more of a penguin sliding across the ice, but on the back. Also, I did it because my daughter likes penguins, and when I told her about this exercise, she was really happy. I've never done them since. 12 seconds. Can you feel it yet? 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Brilliant. Right, I think we're actually flopping over now. Yes, we're going to do Superman dorsals, so we're going to be docile in. I wouldn't recommend anyone to actually put any weight on this unless it's ankle and wrist weight and very light ones. But you can use them.
1. Exercise 8.
Alternate sides. Another variation is you can do it on the same side, but it's a lot harder because you actually have to, you end up rolling. So it's more like you've got to stabilise. You do have to use your core to stabilise yourself a lot more. But when in life do you actually use the same arms and leg to walk? You don't. That's why you use diagonals. Almost there. Pass the time. 3, 2, 1.
Change
Brilliant. We'll do back
exercise.
raises next. So if you want to start, you can put your hands down by your side or slightly out. You can help push yourself up. That's good for people which have got slightly painful backs. You can just
3,
push yourself up until
2,
where you find resistance, then come down again.
Exercise 9.
Other people, hands behind their ears, and then just push up. Don't push off because you're still in the class. I also find that if I just point my toes together whilst doing this, it takes the glutes out of the equation because it's constantly when you point your toes together, your glutes tend to actually contract. And you can't use those, so you try not to use momentum. You try to use your back muscles to actually get you up there.
3,
It's a lot harder.
2, 1. Change exercise.
Excellent. Right, we're going to flop over now to the last exercise, I believe. Yes, it is number 10. Whoa! Right, not been caught out this time. Can't get caught out because you're watching the clock as well. Well, let's hope you're not watching the clock. Right, bicycle crunches.
Exercise
Let's
10.
go. Last time through, last exercise. And then we'll do some stretches on the floor. Because I can't be bothered getting enough, can you? That's it, keep it going. 12 seconds.
Three,
2, 1, and rest.
Down.
Excellent, right. So what we're going to do is we're just going to lie down, stretch out. Really try and stretch those hands to one side of the room and your legs to the other. So you should feel it pull over your ribs and over your abdomen. If you find this hard of breathing, just be careful. You might actually be flattening out your chest too much. Excellent, good. So what we're doing now is to do your hamstrings. So we'll raise one leg up, try and keep it as straight as possible. Now we're going to point the toe to the face. Toe to the ceiling. Try not to kill those toes in. Don't get cramp in your thigh, in your calf. Right, bring your knee into your chest. Really try and squeeze it in. That'll stretch over your bottom and your thigh at the same time. If you want to stretch your back a little bit, you can always come up, almost trying to kiss your knee. Also, I find that this gives the glutes a little bit more of a better stretch. And down. Let's swap legs. Toes to the face. Three, 2, 1. Toes to the ceiling. Try and relax those toes. Just try and think about the mid part of your foot moving up and down. 3, 2, 1. Knee into your chest, heel into your glutes. If you want that extra stretch, just bring your shoulders off the deck as though you're trying to kiss your knee. Mwah. Right. 3, 2, 1, and down. What we're going to do now is sit up. Try and push yourself up if you want. Nice flat legs. What we're going to do is try and reach out toes. Should be able to feel it running all the way up your legs and also slightly over your spine as well. Try and keep your back as straight as possible so you can reach over. But try not to round out like that. Gosh, that hurts actually. 3, 2, 1. What we'll do now is one hand forward, one hand back. Try to sit nicely on the floor. So you're trying to look almost 85 degrees, 75 degrees away from there. Well, 75, 90, no, 100, 115 or whatever it is. It's in that direction. Yeah, I waffle on a bit, don't I? 2, one. Excuse me looking away now, so I'm going to do it the other way. So I'm actually looking into that back corner. Try not to roll to one glute, because otherwise you're not actually doing as much stretching. And back to the front. What we're going to do now is reach up. Try to reach the ceiling. And carefully hands. And release. And that's it. We've got 35 seconds to go. Thank you all for coming. And again, I'm sorry about Wednesday's misfortune. I'm really sorry about that. But lead by example. So, right, next week we will be using a resistance band, as I said. Monday will not be on, but Wednesday will be. Wednesday will probably be a canned workout, it's a bit of a step up, and then we'll go back to the
3, 2, 1.
Freak Out Fridays.
Complete.
We'll see how it works, okay? So we're going to work it nice and easy, especially with going back to school. We'll definitely have to be played by ear. So I hope everyone has a good weekend. I hope you enjoyed this workout session. So have a good day, have a good weekend, stay safe, stay healthy, and God bless. Take care everybody. Bye for now.